After the Pahalgam terror attack, tensions that have increased along the border. In Arnia, community bunkers that have now been activated to protect civilians from possible cross-border firing, mortar shelling and from gunfire. Villagers and local authorities have activated these bunkers after terror attack in Pahalgam, where these bunkers are meant to save lives during shelling and bullets and sudden attacks. The capacity of these bunkers is around 70 civilians. Now, earlier, around also during cross-firing, when these bunkers have saved civilians from casualties. Take a look at this ground reports by Tejshri.
Well, we are reporting from Arnia sector, which is just few meters away from India-Pakistan border, and amidst the rising tensions between India and Pakistan, the community bunkers are all activated in this particular sector. However, this Arnia sector remains to be one of the most sensitive sector because here when the cross-border firing or shelling takes place, civilians have to suffer a lot, and now Times Now will take you inside this particular community bunker and will show you that how these community bunkers work, function, and how now they are activated. Remember that earlier these community bunkers were not very much active, but since the time when the terror attack took place in Pahalgam, and then there were the tensions are escalated between India and Pakistan. Tension is escalated between both the countries. So that's why now these community bunkers are all activated. And in fact, the capacity of this particular community bunker is approximately 70 people. So we'll show you the visuals inside so as to how this particular community bunkers look like. And these bunkers are meant to protect civilians from cross-border threats like mortar shelling, small arms firing, heavy gunfire and sudden attacks as well. And in the times of tension, such bunkers become life-saving shelters, shielding people from bullets, shrapnel and blasts as well. And I am being in fact also joined by Balveer Kaur, who is the sarpanch of this particular village. Balveer ji, ये सारे जो community bunkers हैं, these all are activated now. What's the reason that these bunkers are activated?
Actually, मैम, आप सबको पता है कि जो पहलगाम में हुआ वो दिल दहलाने वाला था, और आज की डेट में हम लोग रेडी हो रहे हैं, अपने आप को प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं कि अगर हमारा हिंदुस्तान, हमारी ऑनरेबल गवर्नमेंट कोई रिटेलिएट करती है तो उनके हाथ नहीं बन जाएंगे। बॉर्डर के ऊपर हमारे लोग हैं, हमारे बॉर्डर को संभालने की जितनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑनरेबल गवर्नमेंट की है उतनी हमारी भी है। तो हम बस अपना वही कर्तव्य कर रहे हैं कि आज की डेट में अगर ऐसा कुछ होता है तो हमारे कम्युनिटी बंकर्स हैं उनको हमने रेडी करना है। हमारी जो जितना भी सेफर जोन हम लोग क्रिएट कर सकते हैं वो हम लोग बस कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
This is the underground bunker that was established in 2020 after the massive shelling by the Pakistani side. The aim of the center was to establish this in order to protect the lives of the people living on the borders. And in 2018, center sanctions building over 14,000 underground bunkers along Jammu and Kashmir borders, and the priority shall be given that time to bunkers which are near and which were near the existing border outposts. Every bunker within 3 kilometer border in the first line of site IB and LOC, first priority is to 0 to 1 kilometer, second priority 1 to 2 kilometer, and third priority was 3 to 4 kilometers. So these were the projects that were funded reimbursement basis through security related expenditure as it relates to relief and rehabilitation of individuals. Beside, it must be ensured the work has been fully taken up. The first priority, why these bunkers were established? The first priority was, as we shown you, that this area lies very close to the line of control. There was a frequent ceasefire violation, unprovoked ceasefire violation, heavy artillery that were used by the Pakistani to target the Indian post, and some of the shells fell on this village. That's why the government takes an initiative in the Chandargaon, in the Tilwadi, in the elsewhere places which is lying close to the line of control. Over a dozen of such bunkers were made. This is partitioned into two, one this sector and one this sector. That means two families could have been resided here without any hindrances for a day. Every facility from the ventilation to the restrooms have been provided here. Now, this was the biggest initiative when it comes to the procuring and saving the lives of the people living on the borders. because many of the lives have been gone in this unprovoked firing that was caused damage to the lives, to the properties by the Pakistani side, because Pakistan has been continuously targeting these properties, these forwarding posts, the civilian areas, in fact at many locations. That's the reason this area, these sort of areas, be it in the Jammu international border or elsewhere from the northern to the other places in the Kashmir that have been taken into consideration. If we talk about the Kashmir Valley, the North Kashmir is completely the borderless zone, be it the Keren, Tandar, Machil, Odi sector or elsewhere. Or if you talk about the Pir Panjal range that lies to the Rajouri, Poonch, in the Doda, elsewhere they have been the borderless zone. That's why many of the initiative from the center has been closely monitoring, and by constructing underground bunkers, the center has assured that their lives will be safe, their lives will be settled.